Alright guys, welcome to another video. We are here tonight. I did end another vlog just recently. Went and had dinner and I've had a second wind, so I'm going to start this vlog again right now. And plan is I want to get on to shimming my diff before it gets too late. So we'll see how that all goes. I know some people asked about, shimming my diff and stuff, so I'm going to go ahead and get that started. One of the biggest things you're going to make sure, mind you, I'm only going off what I've been told by a good friend of mine today who usually does these for me, is keep everything in order, and make sure you lay everything out in order. So, things like these caps go back on exactly the same way. So when I undo this one, I'm going to take it off and lay it down there. I'm going to take that one and lay it off down this side and keep everything where it should be. That way I don't get any of the sides mixed up and it goes back together properly. So I'm definitely not 100% confident with this. I've watched it get done a bunch of times, but never done it myself. So should be fun. So I'll give it a whirl. So you can see I've laid everything out exactly as it went in. I need to use the half shafts to line stuff back up, but however, my main thing was making sure everything's in a row the same way it came out. I'm going to bring my shim over here, and this is where I'm going to be doing, pulling it apart and adding the shim. So let's see how this all goes down. Hopefully I do it right. I really hope I do it right. Alright, I'm going to grab my rattle gun. So first thing I have to do is drop the crown wheel off. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Don't tell me my rattle gun's too weak. And now crown wheel is off. Should be able to turn this over, and there'll be these two screws, and should be able to take it apart, and that's where I get the shim involved. Alright, so that is opened up now. Now the hard bit, well, I don't know if it's hard, but this is where the shim goes. I've seen this before. It's definitely where the shim goes. The shim literally just sits in here, like so, and then she goes back together. Now, the interesting bit, or the somewhat, now we want to put an axle back in here to make sure it all lines up. So that's one thing I was told. I think that is a shim diff. Go back up now, up there, see if we can get this Johnny in. Right, one thing I've noticed that as a YouTuber I sort of pick up on other people's YouTube videos is just how hard it is to film this sort of stuff, because you notice every time I'm changing a shot, which I'm not doing anywhere near as much as a lot of people, but every time they change a shot they'll be having to change gloves, clean up, whatever else, because you obviously don't want your camera covered in all this crap diff oil which reeks. So now my aim of the game is to get the center back in here without ruining it. So we'll see how it all goes. I'm like semi-confident. I feel like I've done this before, but I don't think I have. I don't know. Maybe I've just watched it done so many times that I think I've done it before. I don't know. I'm gonna get into it. Are we there, folks? Sorry, I seem to have knocked you down. I'm gonna find another spot to mount you guys. Alright, are you gonna zoom on me again? Have I broken my camera? Okay, I just had to look back on some old footage. I apologise if this is blurry. I don't know, I've dropped my camera and it's not happy. I just looked back on some footage and I tried to put the half shafts in the wrong way just now. So I'm going to switch them to the way they should be and then put them in. Hope I haven't caused any issues with my thing.
2 hours later.
It seems all good. Half shafts are in, nice and tight. Now need to clean the gunk off and re-goop and get the top hat back on. So ended up having drastic measures. I had to get Rob over, and Tiana's even out here giving a hand because she's been inside and done all the mopping and can't do anything else inside.
I can't even brush the kids' teeth because the bathroom floors are wet.
So we put the GK Tech diff brace in, got all the tail shaft bolts in. This side's all done up. This side is actually complete. I need to get a brake pad for this side over here before I can get it all back together. I'm going to cut the springs, but I'm not going to cut the springs tonight because I don't want Rob's wife to kill me with that grinder out. But yeah, about to, well, rattle gun stuff up. So rattle gun the rest of these bolts up and do some spring stuff, and then get the video put up, the gun that you guys watched not last night, the night before. So we'll keep pumping along. You happy about your car?
I'm so excited to drive it tomorrow.
Hopefully.
And then, well, hopefully.
If I can find a brake pad.
And then hopefully get to drive it at morning sesh next week.
Yep. Alright. One more. One more? One more.
Yep.
One more. One more, Lily. One more, Lily. Alright. We're going to go ahead and cut springs now. How low are we going?
As low as we can go without affecting function too much. So like a nice mix between...
Yeah, I just want the tyres near the guards at least, because it was way high before.
I want it to look good, but I also don't want it to drive
Well,
like
we will
crap.
get coilovers eventually.
Yeah.
But we've obviously got to
Put some choppy.
choppies for now. The front's good. The front's actually maybe even a little bit too low. The rear, we've got to work out.
Yes, I concur.
Yeah. Alright, let's do a grindy. Oh, there's a grinder.
I'll do it.
You work it out?
We're going.
Oh, cameraman Rob on the job. So I'm going to go, what would that be? Technically half a coil, 1.5? That's still, I think it leaves plenty. You're a bit concerned. Rob's concerned. I'm not.
So, you can almost weld some bit back in if you need to.
I reckon that'll be alright. And put that like so. Mint. Like that. And just like... Oh, you got that on film, didn't you?
Yep.
Thanks, mate.
That should be up there.
Oh, that didn't feel good on my face at all. Felt real crap. Oh, it's right on my nose.